All right, today's lesson is on density. All right, it's helpful if you remember this formula. Density equals mass divided by volume. But a lot of times you can work it out by working with the units. You can figure out whether you're multiplying or dividing. All right, now just to give you like a little heads up, when you do density, all right, your mass oftentimes is going to be in kilograms. And if you're doing metric, that could be kilograms per meter cubed. Or depending on the size of the objects you're working with, it could be, let's say, kilograms per centimeter cubed. These are the general units we'll use. When you get into US units, you might see something like pounds. They use lb for pounds per foot cubed, or pounds per centimeter cubed. Pounds per inch cubed, excuse me. All right, when you see these types of units, that's telling you they're indicating density. All right, so let's take a look at this first question here. It says a shipping container is in the shape of a right rectangular prism with a length of 12 feet, a width of 8.5 feet, and a height of 4 feet. The container is completely filled with the contents that weigh on average 0.25 pounds per cubic foot. All right, when you see this 0.25 pounds per cubic foot, they're talking about the density. All right, they want to know what is the weight. So they want to know the mass. So our density is 0.25 pounds per foot cubed. They didn't tell us our volume, but we're going to figure out our volume, which is, this is a prism, rectangular, so that's length times width times height. So that's 12 times 8.5 times 4. And that's going to give us, let's find that. All right, 12 times 8.5 times 4. And remember, these are all units of feet. So when I get this number, this is feet cube or cubic feet. All right, so we're trying to find out the mass. All right, I could do it if you look at it. If I take pounds per cubic foot times feet cubed, the feet cubed would cancel. All right, but if you really want to use this formula, you go D equals mass over volume. All right, the density is 0.25. We're trying to find the mass, and our volume is 408. So what are we going to do? We're going to cross multiply. So our mass is going to be 408 times 0.25, or 102 pounds. All right? But again, I like working with units. So if I was looking at the units, I'd think of it this way. I'm going to do 0.25 pounds per foot cubed times 408 feet cubed. All right, notice feet cubed are on the bottom. Over here, they're on the top. They're going to cancel, leaving me with pounds. But either way, you should get 102 pounds. All right, let's take a look at number 2. All right, this is a similar problem, but they may have given the information a little differently. This time, we have a hemispherical water tank that has an inside diameter of 10 feet. All right. If water has a density of 62.4 pounds per cubic foot, what is the weight of the water? All right. So again, this time, they gave us the density. 62.4 pounds, lbs for pounds, per cubic foot. And again, they want to know the weight. All right. So we got to find the volume. This is a hemispherical water tank. And remember, volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. It's hemispherical, so we're going to have to divide by 2 at some point. So 4 pi times, and again, if the diameter is 10, that means the radius is 5. Okay? So 4 pi times the radius, 5 cubed, over 3. Right? Remember, that's the whole sphere. We need to cut that in half because it's hemispherical. That means half sphere. All right, so 4 times pi times 5 cubed. All that's divided by 3. That's going to give us 523 point, let's say, 6 All right? But we know it's got to be half of that. So the volume of the hemisphere is going to be that 523.6 divided by 2, which is approximately 261.8. Keep in mind, this is feet cubed. So again, you could either plug it in the formula, or if you're thinking about your units, if you do pounds per foot cubed times feet cubed, the feet cubed are going to go away. They're going to disappear. So I'll show you like that. So I'm going to do 262.4 pounds per foot cubed times 261.8 feet cubed. And again, 1 feet cubed is in the bottom, the other one's in the top. They're going to cancel, and that's going to give us just feet. So 261.8 times 62.4, and that's going to give us 16,336 approximately pounds. All right? Now you got to watch out. They could sometimes play with units. They're saying to the nearest pound. They could have said something like to the nearest ton, and then you got to do conversions. But there is no conversion necessary here, so it's going to be choice 1. All right? And again, if I was doing my formula, density equals mass divided by volume, then it would have been 62.4 equals the mass, which we don't know, over the volume, which was 261.8. And if you cross multiply, you get that same answer. All right, so I'm going to cut the video off here. I'm going to give you time, work on 3 and 4. And then I'm going to do another video, work out some of the other problems in this worksheet. All right? Have a good one.